It was a definite game of two halves with the rain coming and tightening it up in the second half, but must have been good to hang on in the game against the Giants in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they won 7 in a row and virtually at full strength. I mean, Callahan pulled out obviously before the game, but they weren't missing a lot, and so it was in a red hot form. So it was, you know, it was always going to be a tough ask coming out here on their home deck and under those circumstances. And I thought our boys were good. You know, we played a good. You know, we were efficient in front of the ball, which really helped in that first half. And you know, some of those stats you don't always see every day of the week. So take it when it comes.
Is there anything you can put it down to? I think it was 11 goals straight from 23 inside 50 in the first half.
Just like I couldn't put the 5-15 against Geelong, I couldn't put that down to anything either. So I can't claim anything out of that.
Yeah, a couple of young forwards stepped up. Obviously, it's been a big week for the club, and it was their opportunity to make their mark. Hayden McLean 4 goals, and John Longmire got 2 early ones when the game was 5.
Yeah, that's right, and that sort of tailors. You know, they've been as good a team as any defensively. They've been brilliant. You know, to their credit, they've been, you know, they're very tight with their defence and stopping teams from scoring. So we knew it was going to be tough. So Joel a couple early, and then Hayden to be able to come and hit the scoreboard. And you know, we had a number of goal kickers, which was good. And once again, it helps when you kick straight.
Yeah, just with Hayden. I mean, he was important late, that little deft little kick to Chad that got the snap into what turned out to be the sealer.
Yeah.
And he's made a real stepped up, I guess, in the past month or so.
Yeah.
A big role.
Yeah, we've played him all year and kept him going and kept persisting and giving him opportunities because he's got a big tank and he can play a couple of different roles, whether that's forward or in the ruck. So, you know, we've stuck at that no matter what. You know, whether we had other players available or not, we just kept going with him, and because we think he's got something to offer, and you know, he's been able to kick goals in front of the ball. He's been able to go in the ruck and do that as well, and pretty handy those type of players that can play in a couple of different positions.
You talked about how good the Giants' defence has been the last 6 or 8 weeks. Did you go in tonight thinking we're going to move the ball as quick as we can once we get it from half back? Because that's sort of what happens in the first half.
Yeah, look, you sort of got to take what you get sometimes, and but certainly in the first half, you know, we try not to let them get settled too much because once they get settled, they're very hard to break through, and so we had to just go with a little bit of trying to disorganise them a little bit. But if you're not really banking on getting them through all the time, but we were able to get a few through. We also, though, a couple of times we weren't, and they were able to get repeats. And they were able to score off the back of those repeats too. So, you know, we've still got a couple of things to work on.
When you looked at it at half time, did you think that was sustainable?
No.
Lead, obviously, but
You're always, as a coach, you're never sitting there. You're just twiddling your thumbs and saying that's just the way we want to play. There's always areas to improve, and I think you're right. You know, you don't want to be doing that out of your back half all the time. And the only thing is that once we got through, we were scoring and kicking accurately. So you weren't getting the repeats, the opportunity to have forward tackles or repeats. So it was a goal. and so, you know, off and off kick-ins and things like that, you get those repeats. And so there's reasons for the statistical anomaly, I guess.
Tom Hickey, the return tonight after sort of 3 weeks out, I mean, he really grew into that game and had a really big impact, especially in that second half.
Yeah. Look, he, you know, their ruckus he's been in good form, and you know, he's a very good player, and it's good to have a couple of different options there, obviously with Hayden, but also Joel to give him a hand as well. So, you know, he was able to work through it against a really informed ruckman, which was pleasing.
It's been a kind of injury hit year for him. Didn't really have much for a pre-season, so was it kind of important for him to go back to VFL level and get some of that form growth?
Yeah, it was. It's always sometimes you just need to do it, and just no matter what. But you know, because he's had a lot of injuries and missed a lot of footy this year, and just with our make-up forward of the ball too is just as important, because we wanted to play Joel, wanted to play Lance, wanted to play Logan, and so if you want to play Hayden as well, which we did, you know, then you play Hick on top of that, it gets a bit tall, and so sometimes in front of the ball, and just the mix, just you know, for that period of time, we had to do what we did.
Errol best on ground again tonight. I mean, those 2 goals he scored from that probably 2 of the better goals you've probably ever seen.
Yeah, he's not a bad He's not a bad young fellow. Errol, he goes all right.
Does he continue to impress you with his ability to rise to the occasion? Well, I know you've known him for so long, but the fact that he's able to keep delivering this season.
He's just got a great mix of always has. Is he works really hard at his game. He watches opposition vision. He's all over stuff. He contributes in meetings. Always has. He trains as hard as any player, and he runs hard and works hard on his game on game day. So they're the things he does, and he's got a bit of talent too. But he doesn't rely upon that. He works really super hard, and he's been going well.
And early in that first quarter, do we kind of see Will Hayward tagging Sam Taylor a little bit up forward?
Oh, it probably happened for a little bit. I think Taylor was on Joel there for a fair bit, and Joel might have been off, and we just got to be mindful that Taylor's a pretty good player, and sometimes you just got to get the ball to ground and get to work.
Getting it 4 in a row now, John. You're getting it. I feel like the team's getting a sniff now, just outside the 8. And feels like you're gathering a bit of form.
Oh, we just got to keep going. It's just where we are at the moment. I think everyone knows that. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going, and that's the attitude we've had. We've just got to keep putting the foot down. Despite losing 3 last week with injury in one game, it's sort of okay. The next one's come in, and we've got to play well again and do what we need to do, and it'll be the same again next week. We just got to play well, and everything else will take care of itself if we just get out there and get ready to go, get our mindset right.
Is Dane a chance for next week?
I don't know. It might be doubtful, yeah. Thank you.